We're going to focus on percussive elements now. And one of my favorite things to do to get unique percussive beat sounds is taking from a sample and using Ableton's audio to MIDI function. Now I know this is only available in standard and suite. I don't know if other DAWs have this option, but I'm going to just show what I do using that as a starting point. So I'm going to take a drum loop. So this could be, you know, from a sample pack that you have, or maybe you recorded something on your own, and maybe you want to swap out the sounds that are in the percussive loop. So I'm going to convert it to drums. And usually it will use a drum kit that I don't like. It's pretty basic. And sometimes it's not quantized. So you can select all and do Command U. Let's see if that. So then what I like to do is pick a different drum rack. So let's do drum kit. And I'm just going to randomly. I don't know, let's try that one. Let's see. That's a guitar. Let's see. Interesting. I'm going to bring it down even more. So then you get a whole new kit. So here's the original. So this is from my sample pack, Astral Fragments as well. So you could even play them together. Or you can take parts out and add it to the original. So maybe I just want to mute the guitar jazz kick drum sounding thing. And I'm going to have that go with this. But I think I want even a little more movement. So I'm going to put on beat repeat. Again, there's a lot of presets you could use. I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to drag it on here and play with the parameters. So I'm going to remind you that this little info tool tip icon is very helpful if you want to know what stuff is. So when you roll over it, it tells you what it does, which is great. I still do this with beat repeat. So again, this is not about being super technical and knowing everything about everything, which is important. I would say and agree that yes, that is important and can be important, but I don't feel like it should get in the way of you being creative and coming up with things just from listening and playing around. Totally fine too. That's what this course is about. You can totally learn the technical stuff. That's great. So, but I just want to reiterate, that's not what we're doing here. So I'm just going to play. Already, it's got a groove. I didn't even do anything. Here's without it. So play with parameters. Ooh, spicy. You could even put a filter on it. I mean, sure. I don't know. Twin Peaks, let's try that. That sounds pretty cool too. You could add delay. Simple things. We have 3 effects to give it some movement. So let's just go back again to what it sounds like by itself. And then I'll add them one by one. So we're not using a lot here to get some interesting pitch sounds, you know, pitch modulation and some delay. You can play with how much you want the delay. Could be ping pong. Could get really crazy. And also things can sound different when you have them rearranged in the effects chain as well. So some free ones here, you know what? I've never tried this, but again, this is a free VST by Baby Audio. Oh, kind of saturates your beat. So let's put it on the other one too. Let's put it on the original one and see what it sounds like. I'm just curious. Ooh. So if you want some immediate beef, this is pretty good. And I just had an idea while we were doing this. Okay, so you could put an LFO on these and have there be modulation on this saturation, which would be really cool. So I think we should do it. So I'm just going to pull an LFO. And let's see, I want to see, this is the amount. That's the wet dry. Okay, so I'm just going to do it on the amount and the wet dry. So what's great about this is you could do multiple mappings on one. And I'll do this one, but I'm going to change the audio effect so they're different. Ooh, but they're going very fast, so we'll change that. So I'm going to change it to sync so you can see it's a little bit slower. Let's see what it sounds like. And then turn it off. I mean, this is fine too, but this is a little more dynamic. And then we'll put this back on. Now, if you don't have the audio to MIDI function, that's totally fine, because there are other ways to get some interesting percussive elements without having that option. So I'm just going to copy this into another track. So let's see. Let's see. I kind of like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to isolate that sound. Let's pull that back here. And then I'm going to take another drum sample. And let's see. This is another one from my sample pack. And I'm going to put, so even these two, here, let's turn these off. Same deal here. I'm just going to take, I like this middle, this part right here. I'm going to take this. And then I'm going to take a third one. Let's see what this sounds like. Let's do, maybe just take the kick. Or maybe, let's do it. I don't know. It's a little wonky timing, but so you get a whole new drum loop from 3 different samples, taking little bits and pieces. So what's nice about the looping part is you can just like move this around to different spots as stuff is playing to see, you know, what you like. So let's try that. Let's try. Oh, I kind of like that. Turn some of these down so you can kind of hear it. Let's try this one. And then again, you can put effects on each one or the whole thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these 3 and I'm going to right click and I'm going to group them. So then I can put an effect, just one, you know, effects on one track that will affect all of them. So let's go. Oh, let's see. Let's try. Here's another free VST Filterstep, which can be fun. Let's see. I'm just going to hit that. Let's see what we get. That's what I'm saying, you guys. It doesn't have to be so hard. So that's kind of cool. And this is a free Audiomodern, I believe. Yeah, Audiomodern. It's a free VST, and it's pretty cool because you can, you know, set the resonance and the range and how smooth it is, and you know how fast or slow it's going. It's great, and it's free, and free is great, and it works great. So I'm going to turn the resonance down a little bit. Again, you could map all of these parameters to an LFO too, to have even more movement come in, and you could automate it later on, either in the clip itself or in the arrangement when you're, you know, arranging a track from start to finish. See, I'm going to turn this to slower. It sounds like really fast. Nah. I think it was at the sweet spot already. So again, you don't need a lot to do this. So I would suggest you can take either the samples that I provided and play around yourself with that and see how you get on with taking bits and pieces and looping them together and seeing how they sound, taking different pieces, and then play with some effects, even the stuff that's included in your DAW if you have them delay. Even some reverb can be cool if you have a gate. Just see what you find when you play around with that. So that's just one example. Well, two actually. I gave you two examples with the audio MIDI transformation if you have it. And then just taking pieces from multiple samples to create a whole new drum loop. So try it out.